Ladies and gentlemen, this is David Mirikitani with another episode of Weighing In. We're brought to you by Nike Wrestling. Go to athleteps.com for all of your Nike gear. Pure and Clean Sports and Resolite, the mat company, joined every Thursday by Mark Ostrander. Mark, I literally just silenced the TV. The U.S. women's hockey team just won gold against Canada in overtime. And I shouldn't put this on GT because they're different silos. But I would really like one of those Nike hockey jerseys. They're pretty sweet, bro. I'm not going to lie.
Okay. You want one of the women ones?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay. All right. Just checking.
I'm not that kind of person.
I'll talk to Grant and see what we can do.
See what you can do. Okay. All right.
What size would you like, David?
I would probably need an extra large in women's.
An extra large in women's?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Because they're big anyway. I think these jerseys are cool as hell. I really do. Like, if we could figure out a way to do them for Border Brawl, we would. Like, because I think the kids would wear them all the time.
Sure.
And that's what you want. You want stuff that people wear. Like, Nike did an unbelievable job with the gear at Fab 50. They had like the zip-up hoodies, like what I'm wearing here, the thin ones, but then also the thick hoodies. And like, I think I sent you one of each and some T-shirts and everything else. And like, listen, we love Grant and we love Nike, but it's super high quality stuff. Like, there's not like, well, we're talking nicely about him because he's our friend. Like, it's awesome stuff, you know?
Agreed.
So anyway, I mean, you're rocking. Is that the one from the World Cup?
This one that I got from my son Ben for my birthday.
That's right.
You picked out. Yeah. I
was given very specific instructions about your son, so that's a good child right there.
I think he just gave you an amount of money to spend. Just spend it, he said, if I'm not mistaken.
Here's $12. Do your best.
Yeah, right.
I got you some wristbands, and the rest were from me.
Okay.
No, listen, I can't even do Ben like that. Like, Ben's awesome. When Ben got married, he took us all out to Cog Hill. We played golf. Like, I love your son. Like, if you and me weren't friends, I'd still be friends with your son. Like, awesome human being.
Good to know.
No. This is a sincere compliment.
You just said if we weren't friends, you'd still hang out
with you are no longer with us. If something happened.
Now I'm dead. Okay. So okay. I want to get this straight.
If you won $8 million and moved to Italy, or you moved down to Arizona and no longer talk to us because you were a scratch golfer, I would still be friends with Ben.
Cool.
That's all I'm saying. All right.
We don't have to worry about that, do we, David?
No, you're going to outlive all of us. No, you and my dad are going to outlive all of us.
The scratch golfer part, we're not going to have to worry about.
We could go back to when we played golf together on that team. And how bad I was.
That could do.
All right, let's go through the upsets of this week. So basically, we want to go through the upsets, the rankings. The team rankings got very interesting, Mark. And then we'll talk about Iowa, Oklahoma State. I don't know why Iowa, Oklahoma State always is fun to pick, even in the years where they're not like even the years they were number 3 against number 6 or something, you know? All right, Gabe Arnold beats Brock Mantanona. Gabe Arnold being unranked is really inaccurate. Like, if it wasn't Ferrari, like Mantanona's 7, I mean, he's already beaten other guys. Like, he would probably be – he lost to Fishback. I mean, but at worst, like, he's around a 12 guy in the rankings. But it happened, okay?
Correct.
CJ Campasto lost. That really hurt him in the rankings. Bryce Hepner lost to Mac Church. And Virginia Tech, that's depth because they were starting Ryan Burton for most of the year, and they're going to save his red shirt. Ethan Rivera beats Evan Magulian. That's number 12 losing. Tom Crook loses to Nick O'Neill. Garrett Grice, who's the backup, beat Julian Farber. Drury loses. Cam Catrabone, after wrestling Duke super tough, loses to Meckler. Strickenberger, we didn't talk about this because of everything else early in the week, but Strickenberger had a hard weekend, right? Like, he loses to Trevor Anderson, and he llhes to Steve O'Poulin, which is just going to hurt him immensely in the Big 12 seeding. Conrad Hendrickson beats Mauger. Harvey Luddington, I think this is one everybody saw, beat Hayden Walters. And they don't have Hayden Ludington or Harvey Ludington listed, I'm sorry, as probable for the duel, but he hasn't used 5 dates. They need to use them. Jesse Vasquez, former ASU guy, pins Pearson Manville, current ASU guy. Sonny Sasso beat Cody Merrill in that weird match where there was a stall call that we never saw. That was the difference. Beaumont beats Patrick Kennedy. At that point, you kind of thought Michigan was going to win the duel. Swisher beats Rosinski. Angelo Posada beats Max Stout. I've been telling you all year a lot about Angelo Posada, have I not, Mark?
You told me about him, yes.
He's really good, man. I think he can place as a freshman, which you don't say very often about somebody over 165 pounds. Cole Marasola beat Feldman, and I think everybody knew that. Lachlan McNeil. I think it's weird Lachlan McNeil was an underdog against Ryder Block. I think if we had point spreaded that match, we would have both made McNeil the favorite, right?
Actually, I probably would have made Block the favorite just because of the way he's wrestled this year, and Lachlan McNeil's had some issues, hasn't wrestled real near where he was when he was an All-American. So
beating Seidel. And then DJ Parker smoked Evan Bates, which is surprising. And then Steve O'Poulin beat Strickenberger. Ty Waters, Urban, that's a coin flip, but I mean, they got to list it. Blaze over Caliendo. Somebody posted, Mark, that the Blaze brothers are like 35-0 and have given up 1 takedown combined. So here's my question. Are we sleeping on Joey Blaze? Like, is he, I think we feel like it's Messenbrink tier 1, D-Lockett Caliendo tier 2, Blaze tier 3. And like, Blaze is away from 5 on down. I think we all collectively think the top 4 are going to finish somewhere in the top 4, but like, should Blaze be in tier 1 or 1/2? Should he be
2? He should be in tier 2.
Do we think Blaze could beat D-Lockett?
Yes.
Okay.
I do.
Well, right now, it'd be Messenbrink the 1 seed, D-Lockett the 2 seed, Blaze the 3 seed, Caliendo the 4 seed.
Correct.
So we would see that match.
Yes.
That feels like it's very much a tactical match, right?
It does. But Blaze is he's hard to wrestle. Really good defensively. Doesn't have wasted motion. Doesn't shoot a lot. But when he shoots, he makes it count. Messenbrink shoots a lot and scores a lot. That's the difference. I mean, just nonstop. I don't think anybody's on his tier, David. I think he's
tier 1, but I think what we're saying now is Blaze is part of tier 2.
Yes.
I shouldn't say what you're saying. That's what I think. You agree?
I agree 100%.
Okay. All right, let's get into the rankings and let's get these shared up here. Need to thank our guy, Christian Thompson, for setting up Matt Kings for us. Definitely need to thank Luca Pagliai and his mom and dad, Zane and Nicole, for letting Luca be Luca and do all the stuff for us. Not a lot of changes in the rankings last week. Dean Peterson against Spratley, which we'll talk about. That's number 6 or 5 against 7, depending on how you look at it. But Strickenberger drops from 8 to 11. So the team point wise, that helps Oregon State and hurts West Virginia. I don't think those are teams that were really watching their team points, but nonetheless. Okay, Marcus Blaze, as we expected, moved to 2. Okay. Davino just drops behind him. So this is basically now Bird hasn't lost anyone. He's the defending champ. Blaze hasn't lost anyone. Blaze has beat Davino. Davino has beat Frost. Frost has beat Larkin. Forrest moved up to kind of where we thought he was. Like, hey, you're 6 or 7, depending on how you do against Seidel. Seidel is 7. Tyler Knox is 8. Ayala's 9. There must be something we're missing, Mark. At least I'm missing on why Knox is unanimous over Ayala. But Ayala's beaten Van D. Zan has some bad losses. So,
well, I would say probably Tyler Knox has not had a bad loss, where Drake does have a loss to, he's a returning All-American from last year, but he hasn't had a great season. Fugit from Wisconsin. I'm guessing that's why.
Well, Drake Ayala has lost to Ben Davino, Marcus Play, Zan Fugit, Evan Frost, Ben Davino, Lucas Bird. Okay, so don't think we can say Drake's got any bad losses. Not that you're saying that he has. And
well,
then
I think the way Fugit's wrestled this year has not been what people thought, but it's just such a tough weight.
Tyler Knox lost
got a really bad. Fugit's has a bad loss this year. And then
Tyler Knox has lost to Seidel. He lost to Blaze. He lost to Larkin. He has a medical forfeit loss against Derek Cardinal. So they're just very, very similar bodies of work. I think is probably the best way to say it. This is a weight. I mean, we'll talk about this more, but there's a path here. I was talking to a friend of mine today. Jax Force is not going to get his RPI, Mark. Like, he's not going to get to 15 matches. And that's if he wrestles Sunday. But I think anybody thinks he isn't going to wrestle Sunday, call me. I'll take the bet. Okay. So he's not going to get – the only way he gets to 15 matches is if, like, he gets a match in the round of 16, wins the round of 16, like, loses the round of 12, and then wins 4 on the back to take third. And I don't think we think that's going to happen.
No.
So if Bird or Blaze go undefeated, I think they're the 1 seed. Okay. I think this is where it screws Jax up. Like, if he was undefeated and beat some combination of Frost and Larkin, you could argue he's the 2 seed. I now feel like the Big Ten runner-up will be the 2 seed.
But I think he'd end up being the 3 seed.
My friend says he doesn't think he can be the 3 seed with no RPI.
Well, I strongly disagree with your friend. I'm not sure who you're talking about, but I've seen
I talked to a guy who understands the formula and the rubric.
Well, we've all thought we've understood the formula and the rubric before.
Rubric
before, David, and they do some peculiar things sometimes, and we look at each other like, how did they do that?
He could be okay. The RPI is 10%. He's going to get 0. He could win on qualifier placement and winning percentage if he's undefeated and coaches rank. He could be the 3 seed. I would agree with you. I think it's really close, though. I think if he
beat Frost, Larkin, and some kind of combination and wins the Big 12, I don't think they're going to put the guy that got third in the Big Tens as the number 3 seed. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. And this is where the Seidel match is massive, Mark, because if Seidel had beaten Jax, he had a very clear path to the 2 seed at Nationals.
Yeah.
Like, very clear path. Because he'd be undefeated and he'd have a match over Jax. And if Jax would win the Big 12, he would have criteria over Frost and Larkin. So, Anyway, not a lot of other changes there. 141. CJ Composto drops. Braden Davis drops a spot, but it's super close. Like, he and Ryan Jack are tied. I actually would have Braden Davis ranked above him because he's ahead of him in 2 of the 3 polls, if that makes any sense. But they're basically, I don't know, they're both considered around the 12. Mark, what's Iowa doing with Nasir Bailey? He's not listed as a probable this weekend.
Yeah, good question. I don't know if they're sitting him till the Big Tens. I don't know if they're not going to wrestle him. I have no idea what they're doing. For some reason, Tom and Terry don't call me and tell me what they're thinking.
Mark, you are my Iowa guy. You live there.
I understand that, but they keep it very close to the vest. They don't tell anybody what's going on.
That's a very open program, Mark. I need more from you, okay?
Yeah, they're open, all right. They're open to themselves and who's in that room. They got a very small circle that they let information get to, and it's very small. I have no idea. I don't know what they're doing at 57. I don't know who's going to wrestle at the Big Tens. I I don't know what they're going to do with Gabe if he's going to end up going 97. I would think he would, but if Ferrari's not able to come back, they'll keep him at 84. I would imagine.
We'll get there in a second. I'm just saying, like, Nasir
Yeah.
Bailey's 10-5. He lost to Vega, Mendez, Echemendia. He's got 2 medical forfeits. He lost Isaiah Poe, which was the weird one. Lost to Brock Hardy in that weird match where it felt like he deserved to win it. And then he got majored by Vombar.
Yeah.
So, okay. Not sure what that means, but it's not good for Iowa's team ranking. 49, the weight of chaos. But no changes this week. Lachlan McNeil moves up. So, I mean, this is a weight class that's so interesting to me, Mark, because, like, I think you and I picked Van Ness and Swiderski to be in the finals. Does that sound right?
It does.
Let me look and see if I can find that in our document. 2026 picks. No, I picked Van Ness and Larkin, but Larkin's no longer at the weight. You had Van Ness and Swiderski. GT had Pinheiro and Swiderski.
Yes. Pinero's no longer in the picture.
He got hurt, to be fair.
Yeah.
Just like, I mean, like, I don't think I lose because of Larkin growing. Like, I feel like that's not an L for me. And we're pretty hard on each other, so I feel like that's not a. So it's an interesting weight, though, because I feel like all the way, like, Josh Edmond was round of 12 a couple years ago, and he's 21st, you know?
Yep.
Maybe David Evans is this year's Barraclaw, right? Like, hard to tell. Okay, 57. Okay, Meyer Shapiro is now ranked 1. He's ranked 2-2-1. There's 3 different services. They got 3 different guys ranked 1. I'll jump. Here's the thing. If Brandon Cannon, like, I don't, first of all, Brandon Cannon's story is amazing. Like, his health, coming back, his life, how committed, driven, persistent he is. I'm trying to use my mom's thesaurus here. But I don't trust it, a guy that hadn't wrestled in forever and is, you know, got a scope or whatever else and is just going to pop out in the Big Tens. Like, I think he's going to wrestle a match and take 2 L's and take his chances in the seeding. I'm going to look him up on WrestleStat. What are your thoughts on that?
I'm kind of surprised he's still ranked by all the services just because he hasn't wrestled in not a minute, but an hour. I don't think he's wrestled second semester at all, David, if I'm not mistaken.
He wrestled Charlie Millard on January 23rd.
Okay.
But you're very close.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold on.
I think he was 10-0, wasn't he?
Well, he's 13-0, but there's some goofy matches in here. And there's the loss against Melvin Miller doesn't count. So Millard is 1, Lowry's 2, Hamlin's 3, Knocked 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He's 12-0. I don't know where Matthew Staples is from. And then he wrestled this kid from Clarion. So he's 13-0. So what they're going to have to do is give him 2 matches in the Big Tens where, like, they're going to have to blow the whistle and he wrestles for a second. Okay? Like, he can't just medical forfeit out. He has to injury default out, which is different.
Yep.
Because then it counts as a match. And then he's 13-2, and then he's got his RPI. So, I mean, here's who I think could end up as the number 1 seed at Nationals. I think it could be Meyer Shapiro. I mean, I guess I think it could be Brandon Cannon. I think it could be Antrell. I think it could be Duke for any of these other guys to get it, except Meyer. If Meyer wins out and it's Cannon doesn't, I think Meyer's the 1 seed. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
And then I think the winner of the Big Ten is probably the 2 seed. And then if we're right and Cannon, injury defaults out, maybe the Duke Taylor runner-up is the 3. And then it's just a whole bunch of freaking Big 10 dudes or Big 12 dudes, right?
Why don't you think Larkin could get the 3 seed, David?
That's actually a great point. That is a great point. Hold, please. Larkin. So here's what I don't know how this works. Do you have to have 15 Division I matches, or do you have to have 15 Division I matches at your weight class?
I would imagine it's at that weight class, but like you said, that's only 10%. I think they give more weight to how you do in the conference tournament, who you've beaten that's also ranked with the high RPI. And we know he beat
at 57, he's beaten Zerbin and Waters.
Okay, so he beat 2 really good kids.
2 top 10 guys, and he lost to Shapiro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I could see him with the 3 seed, David. I could see the winner of the Big Ten getting the 2.
Yeah. And the 3 and the 4 matter, right? The 3 and the 4 are very different, Mark, because 1 wrestles 4 and 2 wrestles 3.
Yep. I could see PJ Duke getting the number 3 seed, depending on how he does. If he makes the finals and beats Antrell.
If he makes the finals and beats Antrell, I think he's the 2 seed.
Yeah.
I mean, I think because that takes Antrell out of the picture, that takes Cannon out of the picture.
Yep.
And then it's Duke versus, say, Larkin. Here's the problem. Zerbin has multiple losses. Waters has multiple losses. Robideau has multiple losses, or 1 loss, excuse me. His loss is to Taylor. And if Duke beat Taylor on common opponents, Duke would be over Robideau, because Duke would be 1-1 against Taylor and Robideau would be 0-1 against Taylor.
Yeah.
There's a path for Landon Robideau to have a really high seed here. If Shapiro wins and Trell wins and Robideau wins the Big 12s, excuse me, he could be the 3 over Duke.
Correct.
And since this is a pretty matchup-driven weight, Landon Robideau and Caleb Larkin are physical opposites, So it's interesting. Okay, 65, we talked about how that could go. Let me see if there's any other changes. No big changes here. Bryce Hepner he's run from 11 to 14, but nothing else of any significance. Okay, 74. Beaumont moves up a spot.
Let's go, David. Let's go to 65. 1 second. I want to get your opinion on something.
Okay.
Because we've seen coaches doing this. D. Lockett's undefeated this year. Hasn't lost.
Wait till we get to the duel. I know what you're going to ask.
All right.
Wait till we get to the duel, because I want to talk about that.
All right.
Okay. And I agree with you, and that will come up. And that's a great point. Okay, 74. So Levi's got a path to number 1. Simon Ruiz is undefeated. He's got a path to number 1. The Big Ten is so good at this weight. Now, Matt Singleton, I'm trying to remember, he pinned somebody really good. Well, he pinned Facundo, but Singleton's 13-2. He lost to Luca Augustine that in overtime. That kills him, and he lost to Karchula. And so, I mean, he beat Lenny Pinto, but that doesn't look as good. Now he beat Facundo. I mean, that's okay. But he hasn't beaten anybody ranked above him, and he actually has a loss to somebody below him. So that kind of screwed.
I think if they seeded the Nationals as it is right in front of you,
yeah,
Matthew Singleton would be very happy to be the number 6 seed.
Well, yes, because I think you and me think Levi Haynes and Christopher Minto might be the 2 best guys in the weight, right?
Correct.
And so they're on the top half.
Yeah.
And Singleton physically matches up pretty well with Kennedy, right? Like it's length versus short.
Yeah.
I think Simon Ruiz would give Kennedy fits, right?
It's going to be an interesting match. It just Patrick, he just can't count him out. He's a grinder. He stays in your face, and that pressure.
No, I love how the guy wrestles.
Yeah, they make mistakes against him because of that pressure that he puts on you.
Cam Steed against Facundo is a super interesting round 2. I was at that meet, and the difference was a stall call. Yeah. It was 2-1. That can't make you feel very good. Okay, 84. So somebody said Ferrari might get a medical red shirt. I mean, I don't even know what the rules are for medical red shirts anymore. Do you?
I'm not sure the NCAA has any power on anything anymore. I think if somebody wants it, they just give them out. Like, we don't want to, don't sue us, don't take us to court because we're going to lose. So why even argue? I haven't heard. I heard Ferrari's real close to coming back.
But he's not coming back this weekend, supposedly.
Okay. From a source, he's in the room. He's full go. They're just being real careful with him. I heard he's close to coming back. Really close.
Okay. So here's where this gets interesting. If Rocco Welsh wins out, he's the 1 seed, correct?
Correct.
If Ferrari wins the Big Tens, he's the 1 seed, correct?
Correct.
If Max McAnally wins the Big Tens, Aiden Sinclair's the 1 seed, correct?
Correct. I think so, yes.
Assuming Aiden Sinclair wins the Big
12s.
And I mean, it's like Ryder, Saldano, Nietenbach, Isaac Dean. Like, there's like depth, but there's no top end guys where you're really worried about it.
Yep.
Okay. Not a lot of changes here, by the way. Okay. 97. This is going to work out just about right. Mark, I want to give us a half an hour. Look at my guy. Look at the 2 guys I loved all year, Mark. Just climbing the charts.
Moving right up to the top.
Angelo Posada jumps from 13 to 8. Sonny Sasso jumps from 14 to 10. Sonny Sasso, if you did a before and after picture, you would not even recognize that dude. He had like a full head lettuce, like everything going on. And now he's like clean shaven. He almost, I mean, he's not as good looking, but now he looks like me. So, no, he's not. But I mean, he's like all shaved up. So Sasso with the big win over Merrill on the goofy call. Posada, we talked about, beat Max Stout. And I don't think either one of those guys are challenging Rocky Elam or Barr. But Cody Merrill could. Like, let me tell you something, brother. The Big 12 is so good at this weight. Yeah, Rocky Elam, really Joey Novak, Bennett Berge, Cody Merrill.
Yep.
Like, if you're Rocky Elam, I think it just, what did you do? Like, how hard were you really trying in that duel? Because it kind of felt like he was waiting for stalling calls and stuff and just kind of messed around and then just got one when he needed to.
Yeah.
But people forget, because Merrill's short and like they did some video and he eats all the time. He was a heavyweight in high school in California. He was a 2-time state champion in California in high school. And he beat Sahakian fairly easily, who was the next year was the #1 heavyweight prospect in the country.
Yep.
So Barr has a path to the #1 seed. Rocky Elam has a path to the #1 seed. Stephen Little, I don't think he does because he got boat raced by Barr. Like, Barr would have to lose this. And I mean, there's nobody in the top 10. Like, Cam McDaniel's 11.
Yeah, I don't know how. I don't think Rocky has.
Well, he has a path to the 1 seed if Barr were to lose, but I'm saying.
Yeah, who's going to beat Barr?
I don't think anyone, but what I'm saying is if Barr loses, it can't be Stephen Little.
No, it would be Rocky as long as Rocky wins.
Right, but sometimes there's multiple guys, right, Mark? It's like, well, if this happened, this happened, this happened. Like, Little lost to Barr head-to-head, so he's stuck.
Yeah.
Like, he got killed. And Novak, Berge, and Merrill. Now, what's weird is Cody Merrill, if he won the Big 12s and beat Elam, he would either have to beat Elam or beat Novak and Berge, who one of them would have had to beat Elam. And something weird happened with Barr. It's just crazy. Like, Cody Merrill's starting to impress me more and more, but he has an outside chance at a very weird path. Okay. 285. Good thing Penn State, like, they've struggled most of the year. It's good to see they finally got a guy in the rankings.
Yeah, I was starting to feel bad that they weren't going to have anybody ranked at heavyweight. They're ranked, in the top 3 or 4 at every weight except for heavyweight.
Well, they're 5th now here. And 41.
Okay. Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Yeah.
correct.
I mean, they're 1 at 25, 2 at 33, 1 at 49, 4th at 57, 1 at 65, 1 at 74, 1 at 84, 1 at 97.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a down year, but I think they'll be much better next year, David.
All joking aside, do we think Cole Marisola is a top 5 heavyweight?
All considering, no, I don't think so, but I think he's an All-American, which
He's lost to Ferrari. He's lost to Gadiali. He lost to Nathan Taylor and Christian Carroll. So he's ranked about 2 guys he lost to.
yeah. I think he's getting better, and I think he's getting more comfortable.
Yeah.
So I think he's an All-American. Do I think he's top 5? No, I think Ohio State is. I just think he'll come in when it counts. It was a close match, overtime.
I'll tell you this right now. If you're like Braxton Amos and you have Feldman second round, like, that's not good for Feldman.
Yeah.
And Connor Doucette, Ben Keeter's not a great draw for Connor Doucette.
Correct.
Now let's go to the team scores. So this is interesting, okay? Because if you go to, I'm going to pull it up, but it's either Flow or Intermat, or maybe it was Win, but they had some crazy ranking where, like, Ohio State was pulled back with everybody else. But here's what you have to think about. If you take Cannon out of the rankings,
Yep.
it makes a massive difference, right?
Agreed.
Because he's ranked either 1, 2, or 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Flo's got Penn State at 160, Ohio State at 89, Oklahoma State at 88.5, Iowa State at 81, Nebraska at 80, and Iowa at 60. All right, let's ask a couple questions here, Mark. Penn State, I give you the field and 65 team points.
I'll take the field.
I think so too, because they're ranked so high, right? Like Blaze can go from 2 to 1. Duke can go from 4 to 1. Marisola feels like he's capped at 5, and I don't think Braden Davis places. And everybody else is ranked at their ceiling. All the other guys are ranked at 1. And if a couple of those guys took 3rd, you're not going to be freaking shocked, you know?
No.
Okay, do we still like here's the thing. If you take Brandon Cannon out of it, it's now Ohio State and Oklahoma State. And then I think it gets really interesting, like on schoolyard picks, right? Because, like, I think Jesse Mendez is the overall best schoolyard pick of those 20 guys. But, like, Ohio State has big questions with Bouzakis, right? Feldman's been inconsistent. They may not place at 97. Not sure how healthy they are at 74. Then Oklahoma State's got 49. Who knows if they place? 57, they're good, but a freshman. 74, they're not a freshman, first time at the tournament. 84, not even sure if they're healthy. 97, freshman. And heavyweight, who's never done better than 2-2 at nationals, and this is his last shot.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of points you're banking on there.
Correct.
So if you had to pick today, who's going to do better at nationals, Ohio State or Oklahoma State, and why?
I'm going to take Ohio State. I just think they have more seasoned kids right now wrestling. I mean, Bouzakis is really good at 25. I'm sorry. I would take him over anybody but Little Doll, unless it's in the quarters. But he won't wrestle Little Doll in the quarters.
Buzakis?
Yeah.
Are we sure?
He'd probably be the number 2 or 3 seed, I'm guessing. His only losses would be to Luke. And I
think it's very
I
real
don't know if
possibility
he can,
was.
you know what? We're going to find out. Big Ten finals. He's going to be full feed going into that finals on a Saturday night or Sunday, whenever they have it. I would probably take Buzakis.
First of all, a couple things. Buzakis would be Sunday afternoon.
Okay.
And I think they wrestle the semis that morning. Second of all, there's a very real path for Buzakis to be the 4 seed. If Lillidow vins the Big Ten, Ventresca wins the Big 12, and Sheldon Seymour wins the EIWAs, very real possibility Nick Buzakis is the 4 seed.
Okay.
So that's mathematically in play. So, but yeah, that would be very, very interesting. So,
but we do know the semis are on Friday night at the NCAA's, correct?
They haven't changed that. Yes.
Okay. Then I like Buzakis full feed coming into the semis. So I think he's probably the second best bet on their team. I love them at 33. They're really, really good. 49 returning All-American. I don't know if he places this year, but he's good. And then 74, I think they're tough, and heavyweight they're really tough.
They're good at 84. They're good at 84 too.
And they're good at 84.
Yeah.
Not great, but good. I don't know.
They said they're good.
Yeah, they're good.
But. Okay. All right. All right. Iowa, Oklahoma State. Here's the results from the national duels. Dean Peterson, 5-4 over Troy Spratley. Drake Ayala, 7-4 overtime over Ramirez. Sergio Vega, overtime, 3-0 over Nazir Bailey. Ryder Block, 5-3 over Casey Swiderski. Landon Rabideau, 16-5 over Victor Voinovich. Ladarian Lockett, 7-3 over Mikey Caliendo. 4-3, you got to take down late. Patrick Kennedy, 4-1 sudden victory. Kundo, Ferrari, 4-2, Zach Ryder. Moen Dean, 4-3 over Cody Merrill. Connor Doucette by forfeit over Iowa. That's when Keeter was hurt. And Iowa won the duel and could give up the pinpoints. Okay? So Iowa won 6 of the 10 matches. Now, here, let's just do some math. Some things that are going to be different. 25 should be the same. 33, I think we're expecting Jax. 41, Nasir Bailey is not listed. 57 could very well be Jordan Williams. We'll talk about 65. 74, I'm guessing it's not Angelo or Ryder. 97 is definitely not Moen Dean. And heavyweight, they're definitely not forfeiting. There's a bunch of those that go either way, right? Like no Moen Dean, advantage Oklahoma State. Correct. No forfeit is advantage Iowa. They either win or just lose by decision. I think Gabe Arnold could beat Zach Ryder straight up, and I definitely think he'll beat their backup. I mean, I guess let's get it. Like, that's the overall stuff. Here's the other thing. The composite rankings, Peterson's ranked 6, Spratley's ranked 7th, Forrest ranked 6, Ayala's ranked 9. Vega's ranked 2. If Nasir Bailey wrestles, he's ranked 11. Swiderski 10, Ryder 15. Rabideau 6, J-Dub 15. Lockett 2, Caliendo 4, Kennedy 3, Facundo 7. Zach Ryder's ranked 9. Ferrari's ranked 2, although we think neither one of those guys are going to wrestle. Cody Merrill 6. Iowa's not ranked at 97. Connor Doucette 7, Ben Keeter 10. So if you just go by rankings and do nothing else, and we assume all the ranked guys wrestle, which is wrong. Okay, we know this is wrong. Peterson here for Iowa has Peterson over Spratley, Kennedy over Facundo, and Ferrari over Ryder. Then Oklahoma State has the other 7. Like, we can just talk about this by weight. We could talk a bit about this by confidence. How do you want to do it?
Let's just do weights.
Spratley Peterson. Maybe the best, maybe the most even match. They probably won't do a lot, but like maybe one of the most even matches of the duel.
Agreed. I'm going to take Spratley by a decision.
Okay. Why?
I just think he out-wrestled Peterson last time they wrestled. Peterson scored a late takedown on the edge of the mat off of Spratley's shot. Spratley almost had it and then kind of quit on the edge of the mat, and Peterson was smart enough to score, get behind him. I just think Peterson has wrestled a little bit better this year than Dean Peterson.
You think Spratley? You said Peterson and Peterson.
Spratley's wrestled a little bit better consistently this year. Peterson hasn't been in the lineup as much as I would have anticipated. So I'm going to go Spratley by a decision.
I'm going to take Peterson.
Okay.
I take Peterson for the argument that he came from behind. Like, here's the thing. When Spratley was losing to Ventresca, he almost, did everything but score. So it feels like whoever gets the lead is like, you almost don't want to coach that guy. Cause like, not the who gets the escape first one, who gets like the first offensive points, whether it's a stalling point or a takedown or whatever. Like, cause they sit on the lead and the other guy comes and gets them.
Sure.
Okay. Forrest Ayala. I'm going to take Forrest. Well, the other thing is that Spratley's coming off a loss, and he's coming off a loss against a guy that he's always beaten. And I'm not sure that's great for mentality. I'm going to take Jax, but I think this is going to be way closer than people think. Like, I think Ayala, they're both slide-by guys. And if you have a good slide, it's like if you're a good leg rider, you're pretty good at not getting rode in legs. I think the big differentiator is I think Jax is a much bigger 133 than Ayala is. And I think Jax is way better on top. Like, he can ride and turn, and I don't think Ayala can ride or turn Jax.
That's a good point.
I try to have one every 55 minutes. I try to have a good
point. I'm going to take Drake. Number one, he's from Fort Dodge. He's my guy. I've stuck with him all year long. I've picked him to beat everybody he's wrestled. So I haven't done real well. I think I've lost 6 times.
I'm wearing the Fort Dodge, the same color that Drayshawn Ross wore last night.
Yep. I think this is a really important match for Drake, and I think he wants to go into the Big Tens with confidence, and I think he'll show up. I think that lefty single that he hasn't used a lot this year will show up in this meet. I don't think Jax is going to turn him. I'm not even sure Jax is going to ride him because he's pretty good getting out. He's got a good stand-up, wrestles smart, doesn't get in bad positions. It's just whether or not Jax is able to get in on him over and over again. If that's the case, then I would take Jax, but I'm gonna go with Drake.
So we tease each other, Mark, but I think we both have a lot of respect for the other person's wrestling acumen. At least I have respect for yours. I don't know if you do for mine, but anyway. I think the lefty swing single is a great point because that's how Seidel got the Jax. And you can coach it and you correct it, but I don't know how much fixing you can do in 7 days. So, all right, Sergio Vega, and I think it's going to be Kale Peterson.
Yeah, I'm going to take Vega by a major.
I think that's pretty clear on why. I agree with you. I just would point out that this match went 0-0 last time. Both guys picked neutral. I don't know what's wrong with Nasir Bailey, but if he's healthy, I would pick Nasir Bailey to wrestle. Not to beat Vega, but to wrestle.
Yeah.
Now, I know he's put his head down and stopped wrestling in some matches, but I would pick him. Okay, Casey Swiderski, rider block. So this is very interesting to me, right? Like, here's the thing. You didn't even pick Peterson to win, but like we talk about this all the time. You got to get 5 wins to win a duel. Okay, this isn't freestyle scoring. And these kind of duels, there's not but the one team doesn't have 4 bums you can bonus.
True.
Like Iowa's, I feel like, needs this match, but I'm gonna pick Swiderski. I just think he's wrestling better now. Like, I think that national duels was Swiderski's worst meet of the year. He's a super emotional kid. I mean, he was saying some less than kind things or less than repeatable things to entire benches with no concern for human life. And I think he's going to be emotionally fired up. Like, I mean, when he got Frost and got that big takedown and then stood over the top of him, I think he's going to be very excited to get his get back, and I think he'll get it.
Okay, I'm going to take Ryder Block by decision, just because last time they wrestled, after the match, Ryder Block says, he was talking shit to me the whole time we were wrestling until the 3rd period. Then he shut his mouth. Block's not going to stop, and he knows he can beat him. And when you know you can beat somebody, it's an advantage. And especially when everybody else thought Swiderski was going to beat Block, and then Block finds out, I'm actually just as good as this guy, if not better. So I'm gonna take Block just on the attitude. I think for Iowa to win the duel, Ryder Block needs to win.
I think you put the duel in Oklahoma State's favor the minute you pick Spratly. No. I mean, but we'll see.
No, I did not, David.
No, we'll see. No, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get. We got a 2-2. Yeah, right. Rabideau and either J-Dub or Victor V. You're first here.
I'm gonna take Rabideau by a decision over either one of them.
I agree. I just think he's better than both of them. I don't think he's that much better than both of them. I think he's sort of comfortably better than both of them. Again, I don't know what's going on with Jordan Williams, but if you're trying to keep the score close, you wrestle Cale Peterson and Victor Voinovich. If you're trying to win the duel, you wrestle Nasir Bailey and Jordan Williams if everybody's healthy.
Correct.
Okay, D. Lockett, Mikey Caliendo. I'm super biased. D. Lockett's a border brawler. Like, I want those guys to do as good as possible. It makes our event look better. I'm going to pick Caliendo just on the get back. Mark,
David, come on now.
But now listen, okay. Let's get to what you were going to talk about. Okay. There's a there's a path where Spratly wins, Jax wins, Vega wins, Swiderski wins, Rabideau wins. Okay. Now we don't know if they're going to start at 25, but if they start at 25 and it's 5-0 at the break and you still have Cody Merrill wrestling against Brody Sampson.
Yes.
I will say this. I would not wrestle D. Lockett against Caliendo. There's no upside.
Absolutely zero.
Like, I would weigh in Cody Rutledge and I would wrestle him and it won't burn his eligibility. He's still got dates left. And if Lockett wins, so what? It just gives Caliendo 7 more minutes of data. And if he loses, he can no longer be the number 1 seed at nationals. He would have to be the 2 seed. Caliendo would have to win the Big Tens and beat in order Joey Blaze and Mitchell Messenbrake.
Here's how I see it, David. I see it just a little bit different than you. If Caliendo does wrestle Lockett and beats him, I think that head-to-head is going to matter in the seeds. I think you're going to go with
no, we're saying the same thing. Like, D would drop to the 4 seed.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what we're saying the same thing.
All right. Because there's
100%
no way,
saying the same thing.
There's no way they want Lockett on the same side as Messenbrake. They don't.
Right. I said it the opposite way. Okay, but the same. Okay, I said it unrealistically. If Caliendo beats Lockett, which could happen, the unrealistic thing is the best seed in the world D. Lockett could get would be 2. And to get that, Caliendo would have to win the Big Tens and beat Blaze and Messenbrake in order. If what's already happened holds and Messenbrake is first and Blaze is second and Caliendo is third, a freaking lab rat could seed this weight and put D. Lockett at 4.
Yeah.
So what's very interesting is where this duel starts. and how these things go. Like if I'm Tom Brands, I start at 65.
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
It's just me, because if you think Caliendo can win, and you think Kennedy can win, and you think Gabe Arnold can win, and you think Ben Keeter can win, and you think Dean Peterson can win, you got 5.
Yeah.
Okay, you're picking Lockett?
I'm picking Caliendo.
Okay, then why are you saying David? I made the same pick you did.
Because I thought for sure you just said that he was in border brawl, and you like to pick guys that were in border brawl because they make the event that more important, and then all of a sudden you took Caliendo. So unless Caliendo wrestled in the border brawl, which I don't think you did, you just kind of, yeah.
I said what I wanted. And listen, like, I'm friends with Jasper Lockett. I also just think this, like, the guy that loses makes more adjustments than the guy that won.
Yeah.
Okay. Facundo Kennedy, you're first here.
I'm going to take Kennedy by a decision. I just think Facundo doesn't do the things that give Kennedy a lot of problems. Didn't really come close to scoring on him. Kennedy kind of didn't do a lot himself until overtime and scored. But I just think Patrick Kennedy is a little bit more physical and will stay in his face. So I have to go by a decision.
The only thing I'm going to add is I've watched Facundo wrestle a bunch. He was a superstar recruit coming out of high school. And the opposite has happened to him with most Penn State guys, like where they get more offensive, he's gotten less offensive. And it feels like he's doing less and less as the season goes on. Like he almost lost to Sergio Desianti.
Yeah.
Okay. This says Zach Ryder Ferrari. I think we picked Dops Arnold, correct?
Yes.
So I'm going to pick Arnold I'm going to pick Arnold 4-2 or 4-1. And this is why I don't like doing the point spreads, Mark, because if I set it at 2.5, whichever one I pick will be wrong. It'll go in overtime or it won't go in overtime, whichever way you pick it.
Agreed. And I'm going to take Arnold by a major.
Oh, my God. Okay.
I think they're going to need it.
Yeah, they've needed a lot.
I got 5 Iowa guys winning so far.
1, 2, 3. You do. I got 4.
Okay, congrats.
Okay, all right.
You want to do
why do you think Gabe Arnold's going to take 3 shots or hit 3 go-behinds and get riding time?
He's going to open up because it's a backup. If this kid was their starter, he would win in overtime. There's no doubt in my mind. Doesn't matter what his name was. If he was their starter, he'd win in overtime. Because he's wrestling a backup, he's going to think, even if I give up a takedown, I can come back and win. He's going to go after it. He's going to score points. He does have an offense if he wants to use it. But if you're a starter, you're not going to make a mistake. So he's going to stand out there and not do a hell of a lot until he has to.
Okay. I'm not going to disagree. I'm interested. I really wanted to see Ferrari at 84 and Arnold against Cody Merrill at 97.
I did too.
Okay.
But I would have taken Merrill to win by a decision over. I think Arnold's just too small for 97.
Okay. Cody Merrill against. See, this is where I think it matters. Brody Sampson or Ludington. You're first. You go, and then I think we're going to say the same.
He's already used his 5. He used it against Purdue.
Ludington used his 5th?
Yes, against Purdue. They've already said they're not wrestling him. He's redshirted, period.
Well, okay, those are 2 unique statements. The fact that he's used his 5, I didn't know, but him redshirting, he could still wrestle in this. But go ahead.
Okay, so it's
just
going
say
to
Merrill Sampson, just so you go. Go ahead.
Sampson, and I'm going to go Merrill by major.
I would agree. I was going to say Merrill by major or decision, depending on which guy.
No.
Okay. Doucette Keeter. Do we just start this match in overtime? That's my first question.
No, because Keeter could actually ride. He could get a minute riding time. I'm just saying he could.
Doucette's been riding well this year. I mean, he's got Wyatt Hendrickson to work out with. I'm gonna take Keeter. I don't know why.
I am too, by decision.
Okay, so I have it 17-15 Oklahoma State. Man. And by the way, I'm okay, and you have it 19-14 Iowa.
That sounds about right. I haven't picked one of these Iowa meets right yet this year, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but listen, Mark, you're a very smart guy. You're just picking with your head.
I'm smart. I just don't know how to pick Iowa. I just pick Iowa because I pick Iowa. That's a problem. Okay. I didn't pick Spratley, and I thought I would, and I didn't. You going to the contest, David?
Yeah, you want to see that right there, buddy?
Look at you up there at top.
Just
That's right. I gotta put in my picks this week for the Iowa Oklahoma State duel, just so I can be seen on the page and see if I can take David Mirikitani down one notch, not two, one notch. You can still win the whole thing, but you won't beat me in that one duel. It's gonna be good.
Well, here's what I know. I know you're not making these same picks in the contest.
Probably not.
There's no way that you're submitting a 19-14 Iowa lineup for sure. So
right.
Listen, people DM, message. We have people that read these. The hypocrisy of what his lineup will be versus what he put out. Mine is going to be the same.
Okay.
Here's my problem with this, Mark, and I'm being sincere now, right? And I know we're going to go against each other, whatever. I don't have confidence in hardly any of these picks. Like, I have a bunch of confidence in Cody Merrill. I have a lot of confidence in Vega. It's crazy. I'm going to put confidence in Gabe Arnold. Okay. And then I don't even know what my 7-point. Oh, Robideau will be my 7-pointer. Okay.
You got this down to a T.
Yeah, I just don't have the last 6. Besides that, I'm good.
I think you take Kennedy at 6. He's favored. I think you love Jax. You guys are.
Well, I don't trust that.
You don't trust Jax? So how about Swiderski? You trust him?
No.
He doesn't lose his mind during a match. I'm trying to help you out. How about Keeter? Do you trust Keeter?
Now, here's the matches I have no confidence in. 25.
6 of them.
Yeah. 25, 33, 49, 65 heavy.
5 of them. Okay. Well, then there's another one that you can do as number 6 that you have confidence in.
I wrote notes. Okay. Merrill's my 10. Vega's my 9. Arnold's my 8. Robideau's my 7. Kennedy's my 6.
Okay, good. That's a good start, David.
And the rest are just, you got to get them right.
Yep. That's the hard part.
Well, kind of. There's some duels, like a bunch of us I won the Ohio State Penn State contest, okay? But the only reason I won it was I got what type of decision it was right.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to stop taunting and take that picture down. Like, we all know who the champ is. We'll just leave that there. So, but anyway, no, but it's very, so here's the difference, okay? If you have a 10-point pick and you pick it as a major and I pick it as a tech and I get it, it's 15 and you only get 10. If you get it, it's 14 and only 10 for me. Now, the difference in this one is there's a bunch of decisions, but if you pick Spratley. If I said Peterson won, you're like, I could see that. You pick Ayala. If I said Jax won, I could see that. You picked Ryder. If I said Swiderski won, you could see that. We both picked Caliendo. If Lockett won, we can see that. We both picked Keeter, and if Doucette won, we could see it.
Yep. Don't have any confidence in anybody. Cody Merrill.
Cody Merrill. Oh my God, here we go.
Ferrari goes up to 97 and wrestles his first match back.
That's what they're gonna do. Yeah, put a guy on a bump wheel up 13 pounds.
don't be shocked whatever Tom Brands does.
I will not be shocked if Ferrari goes 84 and
Gabe shows up at 97.
Yeah. And then my 10-point survivor pool might just go right to the crapper, like in like 5 minutes.
Why would you pick Gabe over Merrill?
No, but I don't feel good about it.
Well, I still think Merrill would be a favorite.
He would be a favorite, but not the same favorite. Okay. Set the line for Merrill Gabe versus Merrill Sampson. Like Sampson set it at 8.5 at least, right?
Yeah, I think it's a major, probably closer to 12 points, but I think
right. But if I gave you Merrill minus 8.5, you would take Merrill.
Yes.
You'd think he'd win by 9 or more for people that don't do the gambling.
Yes.
Okay. What's the line for Merrill Arnold? I think it's 2.5. It's like whether the takedown is in regulation or overtime, or like you could go, well, he got a takedown at the end of the period, and then it's 3-0. Like I think the number's 3. Okay, but am I close? It's 2.5 to 3.5.
Sure.
Okay, that's a 5. Like if I said 9.5, you might still take Merrill against Sampson. So we're talking about a significant difference.
Significant. But remember, getting it right by Merrill by decision or Merrill by major is an extra 4 points compared to.
Right. I know.
That makes
I'd be worried about my 10, not my 14.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like, hey, Gabe Arnold's got Missouri ties, dog. His dad and I grew up together.
I still wouldn't worry about the 10. I think you're safe on the 10 no matter who shows up at 97.
All right. I want a very honest answer here, Mark. You swear to tell me the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Iowa, over or under 4-0? My fingers are crossed. Here we go. This might be my favorite.
Iowa,
4.5 wins, over or under?
Over.
You believe it?
I do believe it. I believe they can win five, maybe 6 matches.
I got them losing on bonus, which is pretty impressive.
Okay.
All right. This has been a great hour. I've thoroughly enjoyed myself. I don't know if anybody else has.
Absolutely enlightening. I hope everybody learned that.
Hey, I got a massive compliment yesterday. My dad watched me and Marcus break down Seidel Jacks. He goes, "You guys didn't." This is like the Art Martori compliment. He goes, "You didn't do a bad job."
Good job, Ron.
No,
very proud of Ron to really throw his emotions out there, because
that's how Ron is.
He doesn't really go overboard on things. He did say I was a really good-looking guy once, and I appreciated that.
I didn't know my father started drinking at any point in his life.
Hey, your dad and I had a really good relationship. He's
no, for sure.
He's always treated me like
and vice versa. Yep. And you've always treated him with a ton of respect. Like, listen, if you guys didn't have a good relationship, we wouldn't be here together. Because he's one guy we both mutual. Like, listen, like I love your son, but we both have a ton of mutual respect for Pops. Like that's a real thing. Okay, so we'll get GT's picks. This is going to be fun. So here's the other thing, Mark. I'm going on my friend's podcast tomorrow while I'm driving to Iowa to make my picks. So I'm going to bring this. He's an Oklahoma State guy. He's going to lose his mind when I go 5-5.
Okay. You'll probably switch up a few picks.
No, I'm not. It's better radio or TV if I leave it at 5-5. What I should do is submit. I'm going to submit your picks too. I'm going to tell him, like, this is my buddy picked.
Yeah, 6-4.
I mean, I got it written right here. It ain't going to be that hard. I just bring it with me.
Submit it. You can use my name, and I'll sign it when we're done.
Like, listen, I'm going to make my picks on the website, and then this is going in the binder for when we do it, because I'm not driving tomorrow, okay, while we're doing the podcast.
Good.
I'll just be on the phone.
Whose podcast are you on?
Jeremy Rooks' Elite Wrestling Productions.
Okay.
Yeah. So
cool. And then you're on a wrestling podcast radio show.
I'll be in Scott
Saturday.
Casper's, Saturday in studio. Like,
That's awesome.
Scott and Gary Abbott. Okay, all joking aside, when I first started doing this, and you were very helpful. People are going to actually think we like each other. Like, you were very, very supportive when I first started doing this, and you still are. But like in the beginning, you don't know if you're doing anything right or wrong. And you were one of the guys, like, you're doing good. This is good work. People like to watch it, listen to it, whatever. But Gary Abbott and Scott Casper called, and those dudes are like top of the mountain when it comes to social media, podcasting. They've seen everything. And, I had their numbers, and when they both called, like, David, it's Scott Casper, David, it's Gary. I'm like, I know who the hell this is. And both of them, as soon as they said I was doing a good job, I'm like, thank you so much. I got to go, because I don't want to give them time to change their mind.
Sure. I understand.
I mean, I'm being fair. Like when my dad said,
I listen to Scott Casper's on Saturday all the time. So,
all right, well, maybe you'll listen this week. If you're listening, text me. I will shout you out on the air.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. I may be working.
I'm saying, I'm going to talk about the podcast either way.
I might listen to it when I'm working. All
right. Okay. Listen. If you guys want the picks, you got them. Okay. I guarantee you Grant is going to go 6-4 or 7-3 Oklahoma State.
I would be very disappointed in Grant if he.
So this will be a very easy wings bet to distinguish.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. These are some of my favorite hours of the week. We appreciate everybody watching and listening. Enjoy the weekend, because next week is only high school wrestling. There's college wrestling, but no D1. All right. Thank you guys for watching.